Today we are talking about shifts. Go! Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Violin Playing. Shifts are important for obvious reasons. They get you from one position to another. They're also linked to good intonation, because hopefully you'll end up in the right spot. They can also make things more interesting if you turn your boring shifts into amazingly awesome slides. I'll dedicate an entire video on slides just because it's one of my favorite things to do on the violin. And once the video is done, I'll link it right here. So today we're simply talking about shifts, not slides. Here's my theory behind shifts. From the first until the fourth position, you don't need to make any adjustments when it comes to your elbow or coming around the violin this way. But from the fourth position on, you want to adjust with each half step even a little bit. This is like your radar. You have to really know the position of your elbow in any given position up here. So the higher you go, the more your elbow goes up and around the violin. So you're basically on top of the fingerboard. Once your hand gets to the position, it's important that your hand is already fully set up so that you don't have to make any extra weird adjustments just to reach the fourth finger, for example, right? You get to the position and all your fingers are ready to go. That's going to give you much more reliability in your intonation. I speak about this all the time, that your hands should look and feel the same no matter what string or position you're playing on. Roll the tape of all the times I've said that. I believe that the hand position should be the same no matter what position or string you're playing on. Say your hand has to be exactly the same no matter what position you're in. What string you're playing on, it has to be just exactly the same. In a way, it's similar to what I was saying in my video about articulation. Link right here. Like everything in violin playing, it's about preparation. Let me demonstrate on a really big leap, like in the beginning of the second cadenza of the Sibelius Violin Concerto. If you have a huge shift like that, you really want to force your brain into remembering that distance. I would do it by hooking the next note on the previous bow in a dotted rhythm. Here's what I mean by that. And when you're practicing this, don't be shy to actually make that shift really audible. It's going to help you to be aware of the entire shifting process. You see, eventually it's going to be right there. Also notice how my elbow is going in, right? And my hand is ready. I could play the fourth finger if I need to. You can also do it on smaller shifts, obviously. This one. Bonus points if you compare with the open string. I feel like this goes without saying, but squeezing with your left hand is never a good idea. It's gonna block your shifts, you're not gonna be as free as you could be. Which is why I'm such a huge supporter of having the thumb underneath the violin, because I feel like if you're going from the side, this encourages squeezing, I feel like. But this is merely support. I don't have to squeeze to actually support the violin, it's just there. Look at it this way, if you're trying to pick up the violin holding it sideways, you have to squeeze the neck in order to bring it up. If you're doing it from below, there's no squeezing, I can use one finger. Isn't that amazing? The same exercise works amazingly for shifts downwards as well. If If you're having trouble shifting downwards, creating a little slope on the chin rest may be the answer. Most of my students have already done this by now. They're all very happy with it, so it seems to be a proven concept.
Independent Fitness Lab testing confirms that the 5-Minute Shaper Pro dramatically fires your entire core.
What I'm using, for instance, are those self-adhesive felt pads that you would normally glue under the feet of your furniture to protect your floor. And those have a nice thickness to them. You can cut them up as you please to really fit the shape that you're looking for. You can cut them up as you please, you can stack them so you can even adjust the height of your chin rest. One student, for instance, he cut a wine cork lengthwise. I think that's quite creative, and he just put like this much of it probably, sort of right next to the tailpiece, and he's very happy with it. That's actually the placement that I would suggest, right next to the tailpiece. That way it nicely locks into the soft tissue underneath your chin, and it really fits your jaw like a glove. So yeah, I hope this was helpful in some way. Please let me know in the comments how you do your shifts, what you find helpful, if there's any exercises that you like, maybe have a great practicing strategy I've never heard of, please share. This is where I say the YouTube stuff like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, share with all your violin playing friends so we can spread the joy of shifting around the world. Happy preparing and happy practicing. I'll see you in the next one.